welcome fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Prasanna Venkatesh. I am Sergeant at Arms for the club. I welcome you all to the Medley Toastmasters outdoor meeting 799. There are few ground rules to be followed during the meeting. First, please turn off your mobiles or keep them on silent mode. I'll give you a few seconds. Second, do not talk about sex, religion or politics during the meeting. Toastmasters International is a century-old organization helping its members to grow in the area of public speaking and leadership skills. As per the mission of Toastmasters, we provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to grow in the area of public speaking and leadership abilities, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Without further ado, I would like to call a person. She is a doctor, a teacher, and a mother of 2 kids. Let's welcome our President Toastmaster Pravda.
Thank you, S.A. Prasanna Venkatesh, for setting the stage. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, a very good evening and welcome you all to Medley. To the sound of this gavel, I declare Medley meeting number 799 open. I would like to welcome the dignitaries who have joined today's meeting. Distinguished Toastmaster Sundararaman Chintamani, past President of Medley. Toastmaster Prasannavani, Toastmaster Dinakaran, past President of Medley Toastmasters. Toastmaster Prasannavani, the Area Director of C3 and immediate past President of Medley Toastmasters. Thank you for joining today. We also welcome the guests who have joined today, Mr. Alagiri Sami, Mr. Ramesh and Toastmaster Kemalata.
Ganesh.
Sorry, Mr. Ganesh, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ganesh Kumar, basically from native of Chidambaram, but I've been in Chennai for last 15, 16 years. I'm an architect and practicing on my own. My office is in Toronto. Happily married with 2 kids.
How did you came to know about Medley?
Medley, I came to know about Toastmasters through various friends and various circles, and Sajeev is a good friend of mine and a business associate. So, yeah.
Welcome to Medley.
Thank you.
Please introduce. Yes.
Ma'am, myself Pradeep. I'm coming from Maidapur and this is my 4th time I'm attending this. So today I was but late because of rain. Usually I come on time.
No issue. Welcome to Medley. I'm happy to announce that we received the badges for the XCOM for the Medley Award. So I would like to hand over the badges to the XCOMs who are present here. Prasanna Venkatesh, S.A. Bharat, VP membership. Amritavalli, treasurer. Thanks. 2 days before, I was reading an article in Harvard Business Review on how great leaders communicate. I would like to share what I have read with you all. I found certain interesting facts that top leaders actually used to communicate with their team members. Leaders who reach their top are not only exceptional in their vocal communication, but they constantly strive to improve the art of communication in all its forms: speaking, writing, and presentation. In this modern world, a translational leader will present his ideas using certain strategies that will only motivate or inspire his team members. So what I read in this article are 4 important strategies that makes someone an effective communicator. The first one is use short words instead of long words when you wanted to express your ideas. So a long or complicated sentences are generally they demand more of concentration, or they will drain our mental energy. So rather than long complicated sentences, replace it with short sentences. CEO of Pepsi, Indra Nooyi, says that no need to over-invest on communication skills. She says that make your messages simple and make it or communicate it compulsively. That is what she says. Even the Nobel Prize winner and economist Daniel Kahneman, he says that if you want to express yourself as an intelligent leader, then do not use complex languages. I think some of you will remember what our keynote speaker who was talking about storytelling during Discover 23, when he was talking about brevity, he mentioned a quote that was quoted by Mark Twain. So Mark Twain once wrote a letter to his friends or some relative that I did not have enough time to write a short letter, that's why I am writing a longer letter. So expressing what you want to say in a short and a brief way is an art of communication. The second strategy is use metaphors in order to express your key points. So metaphor is a powerful tool that will compare your abstract ideas to some familiar concepts. Actually, it is a shortcut to express your ideas that is more complicated. I was talking a few weeks before about Warren Buffett. He initially had lots of fear about public speaking, and later he developed about public speaking, and he became a very great public speaker, and he understood the importance of metaphor. Some of you who are interested in this stock market news, you would have heard that he is the one who has familiarized the word moats and castles, that is used to denote certain companies that are dominating the industry and that are very difficult to actually enter by their competitors. So these metaphors are used when you wanted to emphasize certain complex information. So when you use metaphors in that place, it gives a punch to your speech. The third strategy is humanize the data in order to make value to what you say. What is humanizing the data? If you have some statistical data and you wanted to present it as a PowerPoint, putting all sorts of charts and tables, that is again mental training. Rather, you humanize it so that its value increases. For example, in 1997, NASA, they actually launched a spacecraft to explore the Saturn. And there was lots of debate on the amount that was spent for that mission. It was $3 billion. When the famous astrophysicist Neil Tyson, he addressed the public about the benefit of this mission. He initially wanted to clarify the cost that was used. So what he said to the public that this $3 billion that was used for this mission was for a timeline of 8 years. And he said that this amount is far less than the amount that the Americans use for their lip balm for this period of time. So if you want to tell any information, just humanize and relate it to the audience, that the audience will always remember. And the fourth strategy is make your mission as a mantra. So a mantra is something, a sentence or a slogan that builds strength when it is repeated. Generally, a transitional leader will put their mission repeatedly so that it becomes their mantra. In 1957, there was a huge power shutdown in some parts of the United States of America, in Minnesota and Wisconsin states. A person called Earl Benny who was a medical device technician, he utilized this opportunity and he was the one who first invented a battery operated pacemaker. And this was a great invention in the medical field, saving several lives. His mission was alleviate pain, restore the health, and extend the life. These 6 words were his mission. Later, he turned out to be a great businessman. Doing business of this electronic pacemakers. He extended his business to more than 140 companies with 90,000 employees, and all these employees were driven by this 6 words of mantra: alleviate pain, restore health, and extend life. Even I remember a phrase that my founder chancellor JPR who used to tell whenever he addressed the bunch of students during the inauguration. And later it became the mantra of Satyabhama, that is nothing but entry is not important, exit is important. So these things will help the audience to remember what our mission, what our ideas are. Friends, we use all these strategies when we prepare for our projects or when we prepare our speech for our various projects in Toastmasters. So are we not eligible to become a great leader and improve our communication? For the benefit of the newcomers, Toastmasters is a non-profit educational organization. It is an international organization founded by a person called Ralph C. Medley 100 years before. It has several educational pathways, around 9 pathways, and each has more than 15 projects, and that has to be prepared as a speech and delivered by a Toastmaster. So as you implement these strategies into your projects, you will land up as a great communicator and a great leader. With these words, I would like to hand over this platform to a person who can take this meeting forward, the Toastmaster of the day. Today, to do this role, we have a person who is calm, composed, but an enthusiastic Toastmaster, a financial IT professional who is working for Flex, a financial IT company. He is definitely a strategic leader, because when I was a VP, I asked him, can you do grammarian role today? And he said, no, brother. My mentor has told that I have to finish my icebreaker speech, then only I will go ahead with grammarian or TMOD. So he follows that strategy. Today I am so happy that he is going to do his very first TMOD role. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Pravesh.
Thanks for the introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
The theme is FIRE, financial independence for entire year, right? So, can anyone live in the world without money? Answer is no. Because the money is very much important to lead a quality of life, right? So, but we are in a constant loop that every morning we will wake up and work hard, earn the money and pay our bills. Then the cycle will goes on. But we doesn't have a clue how to break the cycle. Even our educational institutions will teach you the money-making skills and they will teach you the money-making ability, but they will not teach you the how to achieve the financial independence, financial freedom. The famous quote, you should lead your money, money should not lead you. I suggest if you follow the 3 finance fundamentals, if you can break that constant loop, and then you can achieve the financial freedom. Point number 1, create a wealth account. Wealth account is not your saving account, it's not your emergency fund account. It's the fund account which will create a finance portfolio which will help you to achieve the financial independence. Point number 2. Point number 2, knowledge. to identify the right set of people who's having the same set of goals and get the financial product information. Point number 3, multiply it. There is a finance mantra called compounding. The Albert Einstein says the compounding interest is the 8 wonders of the world. Whoever understand, they will earn it. For explaining the compounding interest, since we don't have a presentation, I have a printouts, I will circulate it, we will discuss in a small example. Each 5.
You will pass it on.
Each 5 can take this. So small story. What?
1 for 5.
One for 5. But small story. Mr. A, B, C, 3 friends are there. They have decided for a financial plan. Right? What their plan is, they want to start their saving from 20th birthday onwards to till 65. So 45 years they want to save. They want to save their savings. So every month they will say, every year they will say 50,000 rupees. Okay? And there is no withdrawal. So once they save, that fund is freeze, there is no withdrawal at all. So Mr. A took very seriously and he started invested from 20th to 28th birthday onwards, which means 9 years they have started investing. Okay? And then Mr. B, he realized that he inspired from Mr. A, he started investing from 26th to 36th birthday. Same 7 years of investment, but he started a little bit late. Mr. C, he realized very late that from 36th birthday onwards, he started investing till 65, but he put an additional amount to that. So in that, the 19 lakhs he invested for 29 years. Question here is, who will get the higher rate of returns on 65th birthday? I'm looking for answers.
Yeah.
So, for that, I will just circulate the answers. See. So the answer is A. Why A?
Because
He
you
started
early.
Exactly. So he gave 45 years of duration time. The money is to grow, right? So if you compare to B, he has given only 38 years. If you see C, he invested a lot for a 19 lakhs, but he is given only for a 29 years. So that's the reason he got a 3 crores 5 lakhs. But B, 1 crore 98 lakhs. But if you see A, 4 crores 98 lakhs. So that's the power of compounding. If you invest at the correct time and correct value of money, then the compounding will play a big role. So I just list out the list of stocks which I used to follow. There is a low, high, medium, high risk stocks, so which I used to follow. If you do these things, you will become an investor, not an end user, and it will give you the grit in your finance portfolio. So going back to the meeting, once again welcome you all. Coming back to the regular Toastmastering meeting, the structure of the Toastmastering, it has 3 parts. Part 1, prepare speeches, where speaker will given a project and prepare well, deliver speeches in a specific period of time. So today we have 3 speeches. And part number 2, most important, essential and thrilling table topic, impromptu session, where Toastmasters and guests will get a chance to speak. And part 3, the evaluation and feedback round, where we give a constructive feedback to the speaker. In addition to that, we have a special pre-milestone event. This is all about the Toastmaster meeting. Let me welcome our general evaluator, a software engineer by profession, currently serving a director of HR and admin in a startup company. where we, the financial team, where we want to retire early or not, financial independence is something everyone should try. Let's welcome Amrita Valli.
There is a quote which goes, strive for continuous improvement, not perfection. At Toastmasters, we also strive for continuous improvement. We do this by evaluation and feedback on every aspect of every Toastmasters meeting. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I will be the general evaluator. The role of general evaluator is to provide feedback on what went well and what could be improved in the future meetings. In order to do this, we have two teams. The first one is the tag team, which does the quantitative feedback on the timings and the quality of the speeches with respect to filler words, etc. And the second team is the qualitative feedback, which is the individual evaluations on the pathway speeches. So let me introduce my tag team for today: the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. She is an enthusiastic Toastmaster who is always available to take up roles. She is a lady with grit who is not afraid to dream big. She is a physiotherapist by profession. She is Toastmaster Hema, our timer for today. She'll explain the role of the timer.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. As a timer, I'll time the formal speeches, table topic speeches, and for the evaluation. I'll also alert the time or the speakers of the time they left with by showing green, yellow, and red. So for the table topic speeches, they should limit their speech within 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show green card, and 1.5 minutes I'll show yellow card, and 2 minutes I'll show red card. And for the icebreaker speech, they should limit within 4 to 6 minutes. And for the fourth minute, I'll show green card, and fifth minute I'll show yellow card, and 6th minute I'll show green card. And for the formal speeches, they should limit their speech within 5 to 7 minutes. And 5th minute I'll show the green card, and 6th minute I'll show the yellow card, and 7th minute I'll show the red card. And for the evaluation, they should limit their speech between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2nd minute, I'll be showing the green card. 3rd minute will be 2.5 minutes, I'll be showing the yellow card. At 3rd minute, I'll be showing the red card. So all the best. I'll come the end of the meeting, I'll come with the report, timer report. Thank you.
Next for the R counter. Please. Find a seat. Originally from Kerala, he's been living in Chennai for the past 10 years. His ultimate goal is to speak flawlessly in front of a huge audience, and he hopes to do this with the help of Toastmasters. Please welcome our counter, Toastmaster Sajid. I request him to read the duties of the R counter.
Thank you, G. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As the accounter, I will listen to the speakers carefully, and I will note down the filler words and overuse words used by the speakers. Example for filler words are and Common use words include so, but, and, basically, you know. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker used the words. Thank you.
Thank you. And the last part of the tag team is the grammarian. Today's grammarian joined Medley only about a few months back, but he is already making waves as a rising star. He's an aviation professional with 14 years of experience, and he believes life is too short to play small with your talents. Please welcome Toastmaster Rajshekar.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any misusage of the English language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings or thoughts. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is grit, which means courage and determination despite difficulty. Few examples. Toastmasters taught me the grit to overcome my fear of public speaking. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon during the end of the meeting. And I want to appreciate our GE for using the word of the day before even mentioning it. Thank you. Okay.
I don't know, but I'm happy. So I'll be introducing the personal speech evaluators. It is time for the evaluation speeches. I now hand over the meeting to our Toastmaster of the day for the sessions.
Thank you, G. Going on to the prepared speeches, Speaker 1. He has always been a salaried employee and constantly dreaming of FIRE, financial independence, retired yearly. He thinks that money will solve many of life problems, but also believes that more you chase, the more it will avoid you. Before that, I would like to call speech evaluator Toastmaster Shanmugavel to describe the project details.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Today less sunny, but our Toastmaster only sunny. His pathway is presentation mastery, level 1, project icebreaker. Don't judge a man by his shoes. That is a topic. Timer please note 4 to 6 minutes. The objective of the project. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. All the best to Toastmaster Sunny.
Let's welcome Toastmaster Roni. Toastmaster Roni, don't judge a man by his shoes. Don't judge a man by his shoes, Toastmaster Roni.
I was excited, not just because it was my 13th birthday. Importantly, it was the only day that we were allowed to wear color dress to school. All the other days, we had to wear the boring blue and white uniform and even more boring, black shoes. I was flaunting my new clothes along with my most prized possession, a swanky new pair of Nike shoes with springs below. I had bought them from a famous export reject store in town. I continued to feel up in the air throughout the day until I heard a creaking sound. I realized that the springs had detached and my shoe was completely torn. I was left completely out of my mind. I learned an important lesson that day. Fake things don't last. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Ronnie and I am from Cochin, the Queen of the Arabian Sea. One of the earliest memories of my childhood was watching my dad polish his shoes. With brisk motions of the brush, he used to apply kiwi shoe polish to shine his shoes. He used to work in the hospitality industry as an HR manager. My mother was a teacher. She used to spend most of her day standing in front of students and obviously teaching too, and almost always wore flats to school. My sister, on the other hand, had a shoe which used to make a pom-pom sound, always announcing her grand arrival. It was somewhere in the middle of 2000s that the first artificial football turf opened in Kochi, and I got introduced to a new kind of shoes, football boots. Endless hours after school and during vacation was spent playing football with friends and strangers. I learned a lot of important life lessons from football. Teamwork, grit, determination, the highs of victory and the lows of failure. After my initial failed experiment with Nike shoes, I tortured my parents to get me original Nike shoes. I proudly wore it to church on a Sunday, only for it to be stolen. I was left barefoot and extremely embarrassed. A friend of mine came to my rescue and offered me her shoes. I learned 2 lessons that day. One on kindness, the other on how to hide my shoes like a pro for future scenarios. The one on not asking my parents for things that I really didn't need. It took many more years to learn. I went on to do my engineering, and as my luck would have it, I had to wear uniform to college too. The only permitted way of expressing ourselves? No doubt for guessing, shoes. So, I wore my coolest pair of shoes only to be caught by my seniors who asked me to get rid of my shoes. In protest, I bought myself 100 rupees Hawaii chappal to prove a point to my seniors that my shoes, they don't define me. Whether they got the point or not, what I did realize that day was that Hawaii chappal was very easy to wear, comfortable and economical too, much to my parents' delight. As time passed by, I went on to do my MBA and landed my first job as a sales manager. 3 months into my job, my regional sales manager called me into his cabin. He told, "Ronnie, show me your shoes." I thought to myself, come on, not again. By that time, I had even moved to Bata shoes. He continued, "Ronnie, you will have to meet so many customers in this job that you will have to change your shoes every 2 months. Lesson learned. I'd rather start looking for another job. In shoes, from Monday to Friday, I thought of joining a club to set my foot loose a bit. But to my surprise, not only were people sporting their shoes, but their blazers and badges too at our very own Medley Toastmasters club. I tried to fit into the shoes of a Toastmaster, but I just couldn't find my grip. Meanwhile, life had me step into multiple other shoes. That of a brother-in-law, an uncle, a business analyst, and even a husband. Some shoes fit me right away, whereas some initially gave me a shoe bite but went on to fit just fine. Anyway, I am back in the club again to retry my Toastmasters shoe, hoping to find my footing while learning from fellow Toastmasters from all walks of life. By now, I hope you agree, don't judge a man by his shoes. Thank you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Roni. So let's move on the speaker two. She working as an assistant manager in Ajuba Healthcare BPO. In this regards to the financial planning, she is believed that small drops will make an ocean. In Tamil, we say Sirutuli Peruvellam. Before that, I would like to call speech evaluator Toastmaster Bharat to describe the project details.
Today, Toastmaster Kalyani is delivering a speech from level 4 from the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. The name of the project is Manage Project Successfully, which is an elective project in level 4. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice defining a plan, developing a team, and then fulfilling the plan with the help of the team. There are 2 parts to this project, and Toastmaster Kalyani is delivering the first part, which is for the member to give a short overview about the project plan to the members. The time allotted for this is 2 to 3 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Kalyani.
Let's welcome Toastmaster Kalyani. Toastmaster Kalyani, Medley 800 Part 1, Medley 800 Part 1, Toastmaster Kalyani.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. To the new joinees and the guests, Medley 800 is a milestone meeting. Every 25th meeting in Toastmasters would be celebrated. The base for this milestone meeting was set up in July 24. My goals behind this is to form committees and then enhance each members, then entertain the audience. For this, I have created some committees like hospitalization, then registration committee, then we have newsletters, and we have program committee, and special session committee, and role players. I would like to foster an environment where each individual can share their feedback, their ideas, and their thoughts. This meeting is not just about the numbers and deadlines, but it's about for the people who make everything possible. I want to take this in a way that collaborates the team, builds momentum, and aligns us in a path to success. I would like to thank everyone to given me the opportunity to move me to the next step. Next part would be after the milestone meeting, which will be in the next month. Over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Kalyani. Let's move on to the speaker 3. He has done a planning and have a saving and properties and retired for a corporate life for the past 5 years, but continue to work as a corporate trainee and speakers and consultant. Before that, I would like to call speech evaluator Toastmaster Priya Ballu to describe the project details.
Good evening to all of you Toastmasters and guests. Today, DTM Sundaraman sir is presenting Engaging Humor Level 5. Reflect on your path. The purpose of this speech is for the member to reflect his growth during the completion of an entire path. Share some aspects of his growth during the completion of a path. Timer, please note it's 10 to 12 minutes each.
Thanks. Let's welcome Toastmaster DTM Sundararaman Chintamani. DTM Sundararaman Chintamani, HTFE Rho T sulfur, HTFE Rho T sulfur, DTM Sundararaman Chintamani.
The title was nothing other than reflect your path and yours. That's it. Okay. A question to all of you. How many of you agree with me the fact that there is no better teacher than experience? Sorry, I beg to differ. So there is no teacher better than experience is actually a myth. The fact is there is no better teacher than experience unless one reflects and acts on that experience. So today I am here to talk about my reflection on this particular path called engaging humor. I guess I started this path maybe 1.5 years back. So prior to that I chose 2 paths, FT coaching as well as presentation mastery, and I completed them to achieve my second DTM title, and then I took this engaging humor as my 3rd path. So to my surprise, or even it is not actually a surprise, so like any other project, this project has got a lot of common speech projects. So out of every path has got around 15 projects. So out of 15 projects, if you see the first path, the first level is more or less same. So icebreaker, research your project, or talk about your mentoring capabilities. So actually, I was not comfortable in repeating my icebreaker speech for the 3rd time. Even I was not very comfortable in talking about mentoring aspects for the 3rd time. Then I realized that senior people have told that every time when you give a speech, it has to align the flavor of this specific path. For example, in a presentation mastery, when I gave my icebreaker speech, I used a PowerPoint and used a lot of multimedia clippings. The same way, I started my icebreaker speech in engaging humor with a humorous personal anecdotes. And even while talking about mentoring, instead of talking about the power of mentoring, my title was slightly different. The title was Mentoring Paridabangal. So I was talking about the plight of the mentor. So when he tries to, the protege sends the mail and kept the mentor in silence. So all those aspects I try to cover. So I understood that whenever you choose a path, you have to give that flavor. So even the project may remain same. And this particular path, so if you see the engaging humor, so out of 15 projects, only 4 or 5 talk directly about humor. Some of them at level 2, understanding your sense of humor, connect with your audience through humor level 3, the power of humor in impromptu speech level 4, develop your message with humor, level 4. Deliver your message with humor, that is level 5. So throughout this 5 projects, this pathways talks about you have to speak with humor. You have to speak with humor, but they never talk about what are all the techniques to be used. So it was so surprising. So though they have done a lot of research and they came out with a new curriculum, but they never talked about what are all the different elements. Then I started doing my own self-analysis, and one method was whenever I attend any humorous speech or listen to a humorous speech, I started proactively observing at what point of time I start laughing out loud, and at what point of time the audience give a huge round of applause. Then when I started observing that, so people were laughing on certain specific points. One, when there was a self-deprecation. Second, when there was an unexpected twist. Then the third element, when there was a wordplay. Then you try to build up and then give a different unexpected punch. So these are all some 5 or 6 different elements where people started laughing, and then I try to incorporate those things in my humorous speeches. And what I have learned from this engaging humor path was primarily I try to, though this specific path was not talking about the humorous elements, but I was living in that particular ecosystem, and that helped me to ace with the humorous speech contest. So right now I am a member in 2 clubs. So at least one of the clubs I went up to, representing the club, I went to area level last year, and then I went up to division level in the humorous speech contest. So this year also I have cleared my level, club level contest in another club. Unfortunately in Medley, I got disqualified due to overcomplacence. So that is also an important aspect that one has to be aware. So in fact this year, you see the international speech contest, so out of 8 finalists, 2 of them got time disqualified, and I have written an article about it. So after writing an article about it, so within 1 week I got disqualified. So definitely, so that is a point to remember. So unfortunately, since I am a dual member, I am representing another club. So now coming back to this engaging human path, I wanted to go beyond Toastmasters. So there is no point in learning something within Toastmaster and keeping it within Toastmasters. So I thought humor has to be taken forward to external world. So as rightly mentioned about our presiding officer today, so the leaders, they are good communicators, but they are unable to engage with the people. So one is the leaders lack storytelling skills. Number 2 is the leaders also lack humor skills. So that is the reason I started a newsletter just 2 months back. So what is your humor quotient? So in LinkedIn. So the moment I started this newsletter, within a couple of weeks, I got so many subscribers. So to my surprise, today 2,000 subscribers are there, and in fact more than 100 people, they are all at the CEO and the CXO level. So it clearly indicates that the leaders are looking for inputs on how to be humorous at office. So I want to focus morely in corporate world, so because in personal life a lot of enough examples are there. So we can take cues from Patti Mandram, we can cues from stand-up comedy. But in a corporate ambience, how to be humorous with a limited handles, right? So limited functionality. So you cannot crack the deprecating jokes on others. So in a corporate ambience. So especially in today very, very sensitive world. So immediately now people will start posting it about in the social media, and your life, your career itself will be question mark. So you have to be very careful. So one of the interesting aspects, so though I mentioned that this pathways is not covering about the humorous element, the last level 5 project, you are supposed to give a 18 to 22 minute speech, a keynote speech. Basically, it should be a humorous speech. So that was a big challenge, because most of the time whenever the speech goes beyond 10 to 15 minutes, I use a slide deck. So for a humorous speech, if I use a slide deck, then definitely I don't think that will get connected with the audience. I thought that this is not going to be the right strategy. So I have to think about a script which will go beyond around 20 minutes. So it should not be a stand-up comedy taking jokes from different external world, canned jokes. I have to take a theme and then I have to develop it for 20 minutes. And I should also present it without using any external props. So this is where I have taken the title, Why Me? So started, so it is full of self-deprecating humor. So why my name is abused in different forums, and why even not only my name, my degree, my profession, and my address, and my date of birth. So I trying to combine all that, I tried to come out with a 20-minute speech, and I was so happy about it because I was, without having any prop, without having any support material, I was able to talk to, it was almost like a full-fledged keynote speech. So in fact, I thought of taking this to different clubs. So I have delivered this particular speech in 7 different clubs beyond Medley and Reco, and try to give a 10 minutes education session. So 20 minutes speech and 10 minutes of giving the educational aspect of it. So which was well received. So then apart from this, the humorous speech, I tried to figure out that someone wants to become a humorous speaker, it is very difficult to become a humorous speaker overnight. So unless humor becomes your part of DNA. So just like that, I cannot go and deliver it and become a serious person the next moment. So I had to be a humorous person. So basically, change in mind shift is very much needed. So that is the reason I started approaching every role. Whenever I perform a role in Toastmasters, I thought of applying humor. For example, some of you may be remembering that when I played a grammarian role, I brought a Ganjira, and then I said that whenever the word of the day is used, then I'll play the symbols, right? So I thought of doing it. So and even in another club, when the accounter role I have taken, I said that I am going to be a real-time accounter, meaning that at the end of the meeting, I am not going to give the accounter report. So whenever the speaker is using a repetitive word, I am going to make a ting noise. So with the spoon and the tumbler, I was making noise. So and which was also, of course, it was intimidating for some people, but it was overall well received. So I found that the humor and innovation or creativity has got a lot of correlations. When you try to come out with a new aspect of humor, so basically you are trying to instigate your creative juices, right? So if it is going well, then people will appreciate that you are a humorous speaker. So if it is not going well, at least the innovative aspect will be appreciated, right? So that is where, so since I am also a trainer on design thinking, and I am also a trainer on creativity and innovation, so and this particular aspect of humor, it was very much aligning with my thought process. And today I am able to position myself as more like a humorous speaker than a technical speaker. I come out with 40 years of experience, hardcore oil and gas industry, and then 10 to 15 years in the IT industry, and people always consider me as a serious speaker. But after taking this engaging humor path, so I am able to project myself or I am able to position myself as a humorous person. And this is the reason I try to, whenever I talk about design thinking, the empathy is a very, very critical factor. So unless you are empathy, you cannot come out with the innovative ideas. So and normally I conclude my session saying that unless you are empathetic with your own siblings, unless you are empathetic with your own parents or children, you cannot show empathy towards your customer. I think same goes with the humor. So unless you are humor at your personal place, your family members, unless you are humorous with your team members, you cannot become a humorous speaker. So that is what I have taken as my message, and I want to go up to district level as a humorous speaking champion, and even beyond Toastmasters, I'll be glad that people appreciate me as a humorous speaker. So with that thought, I stop here and I reflect and I try to act on the path I have taken over to the Toastmasters.
Thanks, speaker. May I request the timer to check whether the speakers are qualified?
Toastmaster Sunny and TTM Sundar Raman Chintamani, both of them are qualified.
Let's take a 10 seconds to cast the vote for a speaker. Moving on to the theme. Financial Rule 72. Anyone aware of that? So, if you divided 72 to your annual rate of interest, the answer roughly the number of years it will take your money to double. For example, I have 1 lakh rupees. I want to invest for a 9% of interest rate. So this 1 lakh rupees, when it will get 2 lakh rupees means 72 divided by interest rate. If you put the interest rate 9, it is 8 years. So it requires 8 years to double the money. Okay. Now moving on to the most thrilling part of the meeting, which is impromptu speaker session, table topic session. This Toastmaster working in a TCS more than a 2.5 decade, he loves to travel, he likes to eat a different type of foods. Financial planning is a very critical character for everyone, but not actively done by all. Whoever does it well, do well in life. Welcome Toastmaster Dinakaran.
Thank you, TMD. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Now we are getting into another interesting and exciting session to table topics. For the benefit of guests, it's an impromptu session where it will be called and then I will be given a topic. So you need to think and you can take 30 seconds and think about it and talk for 1 to 2 minutes. So the minimum time is 1 minute and the maximum time is 2 minutes. We can have a 30 seconds of grace period. So we will start with the session. Are you all ready? Let's face it with grit. The topic is, so we are all now very free and casually sitting in the park. So, but at least few years back, this was not the case. So we were into lockdown. So we had this corona and all these things. So, what is your corona lockdown experience? This is the topic. This is to Toastmaster organization. Your lockdown experience, Toastmaster organization.
Year 2018, we returned back from US. My wife joined back in a bank and I was babysitting my 1.5 years old son. Through the day, I used to babysit and through the night, I used to work in night shift. We were in Hosur near Bangalore. All through the day, my shift goes like this, day shift as well. I wake up from sleep around 9:30 p.m. I take my son to his daycare and then afternoon I pick up my elder son from the school and night shift starts from 6 or 7 p.m. Slowly, it became a habitual for my neighbors. They started thinking that my wife works and I don't have any job. I had one petty shop nearby opposite to my house. I used to go and chat with that guy through the day because I don't have anything to do. So once he told me, sir, there is a job. It's a Hosur, they have a lot of small companies. They will pay you 15,000 for an accountant. Would you like to go? And okay, day job, I think 15,000 is also good. This is okay. There is another neighbor lady. She knocked at my door and said, my daughter will come at 3 o'clock. Please babysit her as well. And I have to go for an important work. I think you are free today. So that was the situation that everybody started thinking that I'm jobless. And when we moved to Chennai, I thought, okay, I thought I will go to the office from now, and I went to my office for 1 day to Tidal Park, and then 15 days I didn't go. And everyone were wondering, what is that work from home? What is that option? 15 days later, I thought, okay, from tomorrow I would go for a job, and the entire world went into work from home. And my experience is almost everyone's experience. It became almost everyone's experience since then. I was so happy seeing people working from home. Thank you.
I was expecting some serious life lessons.
I have been engaging in
Okay. What is your best day in your Toastmasters experience? Toastmaster Prasanna. Your best day in your Toastmasters experience.
A very good afternoon to all of you. The best day is also the day when I felt
very dreadful the day I gave my icebreaker speech. It was a day which all of us go through. So it was being the first speech at Medley. I was very scared. I took leave from work. I was practicing throughout the day. I was checking my WhatsApp to check if the meeting got cancelled. I desperately hoped some tsunami would come and the meeting would get cancelled. But nothing happened. And Medley meeting went on as usual. And I gave the icebreaker speech. And then I got an evaluator. Jagan was my evaluator. He gave a lot of points which made me think, oh, I have these things in me. So the thing that I didn't know what was there inside me, and the ability that somebody else could point that out from me, was a wonderful experience which I had at Toastmasters. And that has only been the start. It has been continuing since then, every now and then till today. So this experience made me value the time I spent in Toastmasters. So the reason I joined Toastmasters is because suddenly our workplace is usually full days on Saturdays, and suddenly Saturdays became half days. I didn't know what to do in the afternoon half. If I go home, either I'll sleep or I'll play with the kids or do something. And then I decided to find a club which is close by and it sleeps on Saturday afternoon. I landed in Medley. I was very lucky for that. So since then, this journey has been a wonderful journey, and I urge all of you to please put forth your best and make the most out of this experience. Thank you.
Your most beloved childhood memory. Your most beloved childhood memory. Your yeah. I think you understood the format, right? You're comfortable. Your good name? Akash, your most beloved childhood memory.
Thank you, Medley Toastmasters, for this wonderful topic. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, I guess. And to talk about my most beloved memory in childhood, it's like sudden shock that I forget I lived my childhood. So I would like to say, with so much grit and so much passion, I came to this Toastmasters club after seeing the many things. I don't know what happened really in my childhood. So I will say what happened last week. Because last week I had one experience in my office. Like, I was sitting in my Odissi and there are so many people beside me. They were talking so much, like, I don't know. I was in my consulting meeting, but their discussion was so interesting from my meeting. I just take my headphones and was listening to the topic. Some were saying their friends went to Varanasi, some were saying their friends went to Goa, and I was sitting here watching my meeting in Australia. Okay, what's going on here? I think this is. Then I switched off and I told there is some connectivity issue and I will just log out. And I started. I don't know who are these people, but in my Odissi. So I just got, what are you talking? Are you planning to go somewhere? And then that's the first time I introduced them to them, and they started talking to me like they know know me like from long back. And so it was my first experience, a nice experience to hear other stories and adventure stories. Thank you.
Thank you for recalling your last week's experience. The one good habit you would like to adapt and why? The one good habit you would like to adapt and why? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. Myself, Pradeep. The topic is the one good habit that I want to adapt. Say, I am having good habit to get early in the morning, which is usually people do not have, because I already told in the meeting that my father was in the army. So they wake up early morning, 5 o'clock. I have to run for minimum 2 kilometers. And adaptation is one that I have to sleep early first thing. Because I wake up early, but I won't sleep early. Minimum 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, I will take a time and something which is I have to do next day or maybe next week, or task which is pending for my side, that I have to plan, and then I leave. Try to sleep early. Try to sleep late. But that impact my next day entire day, because morning I have to wake up early because that is my habit, and my family is also depending on me. So I have 1 2 years kid, so I have to take care of him also. So one thing is that I have to sleep early. Second thing is that I have to more concentrate on that whatever the task is that I easily get distracted. One of the point I joined here, I'm not enjoying, but I have to come here. I love to come here. That concentration towards what you're doing. So the concentration part is lagging from my side. So I want to adapt that, which is under process. Thank you so much.
What is the one bad habit that you would like to get rid of? Bad habit that you would like to get rid of? Toastmaster Prasanna.
Like the guest before told, he wants to wake up early. So the same thing. The dream is like to wake up early and go to the bed very early, around 10 or 10:30. This was my long-term dream, like past 2 or 2.5 years. But after joining IT, I came to understand that that's gonna be a dream forever. So I came to sleep around like 2 or 3. Had to wake up after 10 or 11 a.m. So this bad habit, I wish I would like to drop it and take the habit of eating at right time, waking up right time, eating 3 times a day at right time, going to bed at the right time. So this is the good habit I would like to follow it. I wish I could have this could happen soon. So yeah.
It's like you are talking of my mind. What is the one thing that you are grateful for in life? One thing that you are grateful for in life? Toastmaster Pradeep.
Good evening, everyone. One thing that I'm grateful for in this life, that I came back to India for good. Yeah. Everyone, actually after my marriage, actually I met my husband when I was working, and I love Chennai. I don't know, for some reason, I've always loved Chennai, and he being a Chennai person, I thought, I'm going to be settled in Chennai, but that man hit a googly and he said, we are going to Muscat, and I didn't know where Muscat was. I had to practically check the map to see where it was. And then I realized it's a place which is similar to Coimbatore, and I always wanted to escape Coimbatore, come to Chennai only to go back to a place like Coimbatore, which was totally alien, where you don't have anybody that I know of. 23, and people said once you go there, you will get used to the place, you will actually be happy, you would never want to come back, you wait and see. But right from the day I went there, to the day I left, I always wanted to come back to Chennai and settle. There was no other way out, and I tried so much to like that place. I tried so much to do whatever I could to get a sense of belonging over there, but somehow I never could. But however, I used the time very nicely to build on some of the skills, because I had a lot of time there, because being in the Middle East is a luxury because you have a lot of time. So it was all up to us as to how to use the time, and I was grateful that I had the time to develop on a lot of skills. And finally, when everything came to place, here I am in Chennai talking about the place that I always wanted to come, and I cannot be more grateful. Thank you.
When was the last time you tried something new, and what was the experience? Last time that you tried something new and your experience.
Yeah, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. What is that I tried new? Maybe I'm new to Toastmasters, but not new like that. There are a lot of youngsters after that you joined. So that's a new thing. So I was in the corporate world for last 20+ years. was able to comfortably handle the meetings, technical discussions or any business related topics, but never a good public speaker. So that's the toughest thing. I think I'm slowly coming out of it. Recent days, I think I'm able to make it. The good thing is I'm getting more and more confidence. The more meetings I am attending here, yeah, that gives me more and more confidence that I can handle the public meetings comfortably. Maybe a long way to go because I just started and very slow. Thankfully, like my mentor is also pushing me, not so hard. So yeah, my journey just started. So hopefully, yeah, I know my other mentees are laughing. So at least to me, it was not so hard. So yeah, hopefully I'll be making it sometime. Thank you.
One place that you love to visiting, one place you would love to visit. Place you would love to visit or you would love visiting?
Okay, so the place, when I talk about my childhood memories, I always love being, or I cherish the memories being in my school. So we still keep reunion, we still keep meeting people. Like whenever there is someone, like we are around like 5 to 6 of us in Chennai and rest of us in other states of India or like outside India. So whenever someone comes to Chennai, like we immediately plan for a reunion. So the moment we plan a reunion, like the first part is like we meet in our school only. So the backdrop of school, like we take a pic. So that is something like I was staying in RBI quarters in Besant Nagar. My childhood, I was born, brought up in RBI quarters. So that inside that, like there is a school. In that school only I actually studied. So people, like whenever all my friends we meet, like we actually go to our school, and that is a place like we actually cherish our memories. The moment we put the backdrop of our school and then like we put a pic in the Facebook, all your seniors, juniors, everyone will come up and start commenting and they'll start relishing their memories. So the place I would like to visit is like my school always. Thank you.
Talk about your best friend and why. Yeah. Your best friend and why is the best friend?
Best friend and why is the best friend? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Mohammed Maruf. I have a friend. My friendship lasts from 5th standard. I have been a friend with him. Around, I'm now studying. I'm doing Reco. This is in Satyabama. Till now I'm making him to be my friend.
What is his name?
His name is Taufik, Mohammed Taufik. Me and my friend have been studying from 5th standard to 12th together on a school called YouTube School. And he has a good thing. He always pray to God 5 times a day without any questions. Yeah, that's the thing I advise to him to follow.
The most defining moment in your life so far. The most defining moment in your life so far.
Yeah, good afternoon, Toastmasters and girls. Most defining moment. Most defining moment is I am from the very rural place from the that is I'm from Tirur district. It's very rural from out of Chennai. I was having the experience of 10 years in banking. The decision I was taken on that before 1.5 years, I want to move to Chennai. I want to start my career in somewhere in IT or some pathways. That is one of the decision I have taken, and then just I am moving forward. just I am working in thesis right now. There's a decision and there is a taken. There is a I was decided. There is a moment I just taken. That's one decision. Thank you.
One life lesson that you learned in the hard way. Life lesson that you learned in the hard way.
I'm Ganesh. Good afternoon, everyone. And one of the hard life lessons I've learned is that whatever you do, you need to give your 100% in it. So, in my college, I did my architecture from Madurai, and during college days, I was like any other college guys in our region where I was a bit chilled out because I grown from an army background. My father was a very, very strict person, very highly disciplined, and they expect that kind of a background to be set for you. So when I was in studying in college hostel, I was completely a very carefree kind of a person, and that cost me a lot in terms of my studies, my results, as well as during second year I had an incident where I couldn't complete my term, and that was a big defining moment in my life. So what has happened is that because of my carelessness, couple of exams I couldn't attend. Just that I was traveling with my friends to Kodaikanal during the exam time. So that put me in a correct perspective after second year, where I thought that my learning I have to take it and I have to be very, very sincere. At least the focus should be where which will get you better results. So thank you.
The best book that you read so far. The best book that you read so far. You have the habit of reading books?
Yeah. Money was. This is the first time I've come here. Actually, I was planning for a pretty long time, but Saturday was always working for me. So in the new company, I got an opportunity that I have a 5-day working. So good evening, everyone. So by the way, So the best book which I've read is The Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So in that entire book, it told about like exactly where you have to invest your time more than where you shouldn't. So that is one of the key thing which still giving me a lot of intuition. Like whenever I invest time on certain areas, if you see that Rich Dad and Poor Dad, both people, if you read through that book, you will get to know that where you have to invest time. One person might be in a very comfortable position right now, but the other person will be like in a very struggling phases, but still that rich dad, he will be investing a lot of time over those areas where he is finally has ended up with owning a cruise, a lot of big things. The other person remains the same. So that is one of the key things which I got it from that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. What's fun, yeah?
Timer, please read out the qualified table topic speaker. Yeah, please raise your hands while they read.
TM Prasanavani, guest Akash, guest Pradeep.
Raise your hands, please.
TM Prasanna, TM Praveena, TM Kul, guest Hema, guest Mahrut, guest Ganesh, guest Manivasu.
Let's take a 5 seconds to cast the vote for a table topic speaker. Now moving on to the agenda. This is the time for evaluation and feedback. I request General G. Amirta to evaluation.
We had 3 very beautiful speeches and very interesting table topic sessions too. Now let's move on to the evaluation session. First we'll be doing the qualitative evaluation of the 3 prepared speeches. To evaluate the first speaker, the icebreaker speech of Toastmaster Ronnie, I invite Toastmaster Shanmugave. He's a multidisciplinary researcher in biology and he loves listening to motivational audio books. He's a very positive person and he's very active at Toastmasters, at Medley Toastmasters. He'll be presenting the evaluation of Toastmasters.
Once again, good afternoon to fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Congratulations to Toastmaster Ronnie Sandu for his icebreaker piece. Please give me a quick applause for his icebreaker speech. It was an informative speech. The title of the speech itself makes a curiosity to the audience because it was in the court. The basic purpose of this project is to introduce the speaker themselves to the club. In that way, he has somewhat fulfilled the objective. The narration was good. In any prepared speech should have the opening, body and conclusion. The opening was good. He has started from his journey from the question and ending with the MBA with job and husband. In case of clarity, the spoken language was very clear, easily understood. My deepest appreciation to the speaker. In his speech, the humor was also there. The title was the quote, and it was the anecdote also. The vocal variety, he has used some like boom boom, like that. When the question asked by his college master, that time also he has used some vocal variety. The body language such as 1, 2, 3. Then he has told the determination like that. So he has used the stage as well as facial expression and body language also. Even though the surrounding is no sunny, but rolling you were so sunny. I have found out only one negative point, that is you have to improve. In this icebreaker speech, you have to tell about full history about even alive from the Cochin. After that you were studying in the college MPA, then you got the job. Then what about you at present? That point is missing here. The transition was so smooth. He is a new Toastmaster. He had joined in the August only, even though the speech was seamless and flawless. The comfort level was also good. The body language illustrated your confidence. All the best to the speaker for your future endeavor.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shanmugave. For the next speech evaluation, we have the recent winner of the humorous speech contest at the club level and the Vice President of Membership, Toastmaster Bharat, for the next speech evaluation.
Thank you, General. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Project management is a practice where art, science and craft meet. And kudos to Toastmaster Kalyani for showing grit and determination in taking up as the milestone task for Medley 800. There are 2 positives which I liked in your speech and there are 2 recommendations. Coming on to your positives, the first one on your introduction, where you briefed about the milestone meeting to the guest and all about the members, what is a milestone and how and the significance of it to the Toastmasters and for Medley. And the second is about when you started to explain about the project, how it started and how you pitched in. And the second positive is about the project plan, how you started about the plan and how you the various committees like the collaboration committee started and how the momentum started to building with the various WhatsApp messages and flyers started out. So these all was a very good start to a plan and then to a project. And coming on to the recommendations, there are 2 recommendations. Number 1 is about the ending. When you started about an introduction and of the project plan, but then thought there would be some ending, but then the ending was I felt it was little abrupt. And on to the second recommendation with respect to the project itself, though this is the first part, little more overview on the planning, where you could have touched upon the time or the budget or the various tools which you have used, like it could be Excel or the WhatsApp group or the flyers which you have used it to go about your planning. And also something about, because building a team, you have identified the resources and how a relationship built about and how a rapport was built up with various stakeholders, which was very vital as a part of a project plan. So these are the two recommendations which I have. So in summary, the intro was good, and the project plan which you started with the various committees, so these are the two positives. And on to the summary on the recommendations, the ending could have been better, and a little more details on the project plan overview would have added more flavor to the project. And in summary, all that starts well will end well. And we wish Milestone 800 all success and look forward for your part 2 speech on this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Now we have like a seasoned Toastmaster. She is the mastermind behind all the interactive games and entertainment at Medley's Milestone events and other special events. She's an experienced evaluator with a keen sense of humor. She's always fun to be around. Toastmaster Priyadarshini.
Houseful. So if anyone asks, how do you define success? I would say success is liking yourself for what you're doing and how you're doing. And this line is very apt for DTM Sundaraman sir. A professional PPT presenter to a propless speaker of 15 to 20 minute speech humor has been a very big journey, and I have been a witness at least for a few years. So what is that I got to learn from this speech of sir is, study says if you want to gauge your growth, it is through self-reflection. For your kind information, sir has got PhD, he's a doctorate from chemical industry. With his keen observation on humor, I am sure he can also be a PhD from humor one day. If you heard his speech, he mentioned, he watched the audience to see when all they laughed. Was it when I made a self-deprecation? Was it after a one-liner? That was his level of observation to be better in that field. And did you see any humor in this serious reflect on the path? Yes, there was something called law of karma. Anything that goes on comes around, and it happened to him. He wrote an article how those lost the speech by time disqualification, and the very next speech in our club he gets time disqualified. And that's when he brought a very good humor. Now to this speech, what is the recommendation? Sir made it very clear, humor is for those who are very passionate, and it has to run in your DNA or else it's not possible. Toastmasters in this Reflect on part says, when you present this speech, make sure a person who is new to this journey, like me who has taken engaging with humor, there is a lesson for him to learn from this journey. He mentioned how he came out with a speech, especially on mentoring, by saying, I talked of plight of a mentor. I was very keen, yes, this is what I'm going to do hereafter. And I kept looking, how did he to engage with the audience or other such stuffs. But he stopped with one. There were 15 speeches. At least 2 to 3 would have helped a person who is struggling to give a speech on engage with humor, which is not easy. So I would like to close by saying, only a wearer knows a pinch on the shoes. It's not your shoes? On the shoes. We know how tough it is to be a humorous speaker, and with his grit, he is going to be a very good speaker, is going to ace on it. And his dream is to be on district stage one day. Best wishes from all of us, and we would love to see you very soon.
Thank you, Dr. Priyadarshini. Now we'll do the tag reports. The first report is by Toastmaster Hema, the timer.
All the three are eligible, qualified.
Oh, the evaluator. You want to give the timer report now?
Yeah.
So we can cast the vote for the best evaluator once you get the link.
So once again, good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guest. Sergeant at Arms Prasanna Venkatesh, he finished in 2 minutes. Toastmaster Pravda, 11 minutes and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Praveen, TM Bodi, 6 minutes and 7 minutes. Toastmaster Amritavalli has taken 6 minutes so far. Toastmaster Saji, 51 seconds. Toastmaster Grammarian Rajshekhar, 50 seconds. For the prepared speech, 4 to 6 minutes. Toastmaster Sunny has taken 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Toastmaster Kalyani, to 2 to 3 minutes it was the time, but she finished in 1 minute and 36 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Sundaraman Chintamani, his timing is between 10 to 12 minutes. He finished in 11 minutes. And for the table topics, Mr. TM Toastmaster Dinakaran finished in 18 minutes. Toastmaster Venkateseshan, 2 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Prasannavani, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Guest Akash, 1 minute and 35 seconds. Guest Pradeep, 1 minute and 27 seconds. Toastmaster Prasanna, 1 minute. Toastmaster Praveena, 1 minute and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Pugal, 1 minute and 3 seconds. Guest Hema, 1 minute and 8 seconds. Guest Mahru, 1 minute and 11 seconds. Guest Vivek, 56 minutes. Guest Ganesh, 1 minute and 29 seconds. Guest Manivasu, 1 minute and 18 seconds. For the evaluation speech, should be between 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Shanmugabel, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Toastmaster Bharat, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Priyadashini, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prema. Next, we'll have the account report by Toastmaster Saji.
Good afternoon again. So here is my report as the accountant. I noticed the following usage of filler words during our meeting. The icebreaker speech, Toastmaster Roni used 1 filler word Toastmaster Kalyani used 2 R's and 1 DTM Sundaraman used many R's, 2 so 1 word he repeated once. We had today 13 table topic speakers. Allow me some time to read out all the observations. Toastmaster Venkateseshan used 2 R's. Toastmaster Prasannavani used 2 so. Gus Akash used several R's, 1 so, 2 likes. Gus Pradeep used 2 R, 1 3 so. Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh used 2 R, 3 so. Toastmaster Praveena used 1 R. Toastmaster Pugal used 2 R's, 3 so. Gus Hema used 4 so, 1 like. Gus Mehro used many R's. Gus Vivek used 3 R's. Gus Ganesh used so twice, thrice, several times. Gus Manivasu used so twice, several times. Toastmaster Shanmugabel evaluation session used like once, once. So congrats Mr. Toastmaster Bharat, Toastmaster Roni and Toastmaster Praveena to use minimum filler words only once they have used. And congrats Toastmaster Priyadarshini for a flawless speech. So most of the crutch words used when speakers thinking what to say next. So I would like to give few recommendation also to avoid this kind of filler words. First thing is practice pausing. Pausing gives you a moment to gather your thoughts, so it will help you to deliver your speech in more clarity without any filler words. Second tip is slow down. This is help you to think clearly about the what subject, what you have to speak next. Third one is be aware of your crutch word. As crutch word means the filler words. So record yourself speaking and listen the repeated filler words used by yourself. And the last one would be use short sentences. Like Dr. Pravda mentioned, shorter sentences provide natural break and reduce the chances of stumbling. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saji. I think those tips will be really helpful. The last person in the tag team is the grammarian. Toastmaster Rajshekhar will give the grammarian report now.
So first of all, I want to appreciate all of the Toastmasters who used the word of the day. So here's the list. Our G, TM Amrita, TM Roni, TM Dinagaran, TM Bharat, TM Priyadarshini. And I want to mention one of the special guests. Our guest Akash used our word of the day, and we all know it's not easy to use the word of the day during the impromptu speech. Congratulations. There are some outstanding words and quotes used today. Few are here. Eighth wonder of the world, fake things didn't last. Siruguri Peruvellam, self-duplication, proactive, humor quotient, plight of the mentor, empathetic, dream forever, hit googly, sense of belonging, perspective, intuition, all is well that ends well. That's it. Over.
Thank you, Professor Rajshekhar. Now for the GE report, I know this time we didn't have the Desert Rose venue, so the ExCom had to look for several venues and finally we had to settle on this. So it's a little bit crowded, but then I think we didn't have any other choice. In spite of that, I think I really like the change of venue and the change of scene is much more relaxing. The agenda was published on time. We had originally planned for a speech marathon and speakathon. Because of some people dropping out, we could not do that, and so we realized it on time, and around Wednesday we changed the plan. We came with a new plan of what's going to happen on Saturday. I think that was done in a very nice manner, and the meeting started on time today, and all the speeches were very well rehearsed and well executed, and I had a very wonderful time at the table topic session. All the topics were simple and all the guests were given opportunities to talk, which is like a nice experience for guests when they come here to see how they do and where they stand and what it's going to be like. So I really appreciated a bunch of guests being called for the table topic session. Overall, very nice meeting today, and now I give control back to Toastmaster Ravi.
Let's take a 5 seconds to cast the vote for a speech evaluation and role players. Moving on to the agenda, special pre-event milestone event. The speaker, doctor by profession, past president and C3 director. Let's welcome Prasanavani.
Just a second. Krishna, just a second. I need to revote. Ask them to revote for it.
Okay, I kind of misheard some of the qualified speakers and I did not mention Venkateswaran's name. So I'm just going to mention, can I just mention the name of those who have been voted for and
We're relaunching the vote, is it?
Relaunching the vote.
So kindly vote for the best table topic speaker, which is being relaunched now. So good evening everyone. We'll have a surprise session which is basically a quiz to lighten up the mood. So before we get started, I would like some rearrangements. I request DTM Guru, DTM Sundaraman sir to please come on this side. Please go on that side. Kavina will stay here. Yeah, Pravda and Priyadarshini Mailur also this side. And Venkat Seshan. Yeah, this side. No, not that side, this side.
I thought you are balancing by weight. Since you call me, I think it's not so.
So what is this?
Canada scope.
Okay, this has no relation to the game. I'm just going to pass this around and I'll close my eyes and I'll open. Whoever has this kaleidoscope in their hand will be called over to this place. It will be like a Kaun Banega Crorepati. Yes, about to be sponsored by the XCOM.
Just because you become IPP.
Yeah. So if you answer the question correct, you go on to the next question. So your prize money will get doubled. I don't know if it's compound interest. Is it compound interest? Money will get doubled with every correct question. Okay?
We are squeezing. Can you?
Yes, please move on. Yeah. And you'll have two options if you don't know the answer. One is 50-50. Yeah, 50-50 where we'll give you two options and you can choose one option. And the second option is ask your friend or ask the experts. Experts, we have the 6 of them here. You can choose only one expert for one question. You can't repeat, go with the same expert again. Clear rules?
Audience pool.
Expert. Venkateshan.
Should we move that?
Yes, please.
Who is expert panel here?
From Venkat. There are 6 of you here with the expert panel.
We are experts.
Yeah. Okay. So who's going to keep your scorecard? Yeah. Start.
Experts will be.
Take it white paper.
Can keep passing it. I'll close my eyes and I'll open and then whoever has it will have to count here. Okay, stop.
I don't know what you have told. Can you explain it again?
No, I'll ask you a question, you have to answer. That's okay, you have experts. Amitabh Bachchan is here. Come stand here. Don't turn back, okay? What is our club number?
Something starts with 1, 1, 2, 7, 0.
You can ask the experts also, but experts should not turn.
I shouldn't turn.
No, you have two options.
Okay.
You can ask the expert or just 50-50 option.
So I'll ask expert.
Which expert?
Best.
I have ownership. Only one expert option over. Please go back. It's 1128,480. Okay. So we'll get this passing. Play some music.
Pass.
Stop. Yes, please come. Your good name? Aragiri, yeah. So in the meeting today, Toastmaster Pravina was telling about a country which she did not like, or rather she was happy to come out of it. Which country was that?
She said no.
Must get. Okay, so one right answer. Good. Okay, which milestone meetings are we approaching next week? Which number? 800. You're going up, you're earning money. So what was the color of the school uniform that Toastmasters wore? Blue?
Blue trouser, white shirt.
Black shoes. And what was the bad habit which Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh wanted to break?
Correct.
How much money is going to No, you have to. Some of the human lips, can you mention one tip which P.M. Sundaraman mentioned?
Self-deprecation.
Okay. Yes. So we go to the next question. Okay, which place is Toastmaster invitation in 2018?
From US.
I'm running short of questions. Which school did Toastmaster Hema study?
Army.
Wow.
What did you say?
No, experts is here.
RBI.
I told army.
Okay.
Army.
Please pass it on. Stop. Come. Yes, Ganesh. Okay, in the welcome speech of our presiding officer, which planet did she mention? A mission to a planet. NASA's mission to a planet.
Expert.
Expert was not there.
No, NASA, she did not mention going to any planet.
She mentioned planet.
I can help.
Mars, it should be Mars.
No, Saturn. Saturn. Please pass it on. Yeah, start. Stop. Yes. Turn this side. Nothing more there. Nothing. Okay, which area and division do we belong to? 120 is what? Very good. Area and division.
Same, I answered it.
Area C. Division?
120. 120.
Look at your question of big.
Ask for expert help.
Area C. Division C. Okay, next question will go to. Which? Okay. How many pathways are there?
11.
11. Yeah, right. Who's the founder of Toastmasters? Full name? Okay, Ralph C. Medley. Who's the president of Toastmasters International? Don't ask experts.
He asked one day I asked.
No, you can ask me.
One time we changed the rule only one time. Yes, yeah, please pass it on. Stop. Stop. Yeah, Toastmaster coming. How many types of contests do we have in Toastmasters?
Contest. Reco.
Please ask the experts.
Three or more and five.
Multiple choice.
Three and five.
6.
Greater than 3, less than 5.
You said 3? 3 is not the right answer. You want to ask expert? Huh, you can ask. Which expert? Everyone is becoming proud of her.
6.
Which is names of those contests?
Taped speech is there for undistricted clubs, and the tall tale is there.
We have 4, which is we all commonly know. IST, table topics, humorous and evaluation. Apart from that, we also have tall tales contest
Taped speech.
and video speech contest. Okay, you want to go? Pass it on. Pass it on. Stop. So how many levels are there in a pathway? 5. Yeah, right. Which year did we find was Toastmasters founded?
100 years old. Yeah, more than 100 years. So calculate mathematics. 100 years. 100 years was after mathematics.
October 22. All the experts are answering. Okay, we'll wait. finished the icebreaker speech? Okay. The next speech?
Which I have to plan.
Have you gone through the manual?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what are the types of
I have to go.
Okay. We got the XCOM officers badges were given. So who are the XCOM officers in a club?
Yeah.
Name of the
office.
President, secretary.
Yeah, president, secretary, VP for membership,
Same honor.
and VP for finance. Promoter. Yeah, I should. Or 50, no more audience.
Already was. It's okay, another round we can.
Okay.
Louder for everybody.
VPE, VPM, VPPR, Treasurer, Secretary, SAA.
Okay, that might
And
be
VPM pastor.
Alright, yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Stop. Okay, what are the brand colors in Toastmasters? Brand colors. You must have seen all the Toastmasters flyers.
Exclude or common man.
So the flyers, all
Branded
the
colours.
Toastmasters
Only
flyers,
certain colours can
we
be.
can only use certain colors. We cannot use pink, magenta and all. There are only certain colors which we can use. So what are those colors?
Blue, maroon, yellow, grey.
Yellow.
Blue, maroon, yellow, grey.
Yellow.
Okay.
United Gas.
So it's blue, maroon, yellow and grey. Black is also allowed now. Black and white. Black and white is also allowed. Yeah. So in vocal variety, what are the ways in which you can say a person has vocal variety? How do you classify vocal variety in a speech?
Different
The
elements.
other day I forgot it. The other day you talked about it.
Pitch,
Modulation,
pitch, volume, pitch, bass, pronunciation, volume, variety,
variety.
pitch.
I
You
remember
have an expert.
One more reminder for the voting.
Okay, please.
For the role player
voting
and
has been-
TT.
Okay. The role player and TT speaker as voting has been relaunched. Please vote.
How many colors?
Yeah, stop. Sajid, please come on. So we've heard of trio. Have you heard of trio?
Right, yeah.
So trio includes who all?
The DTM.
The designation or name?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
asking.
Who's the trio? Have you heard the term trio being spoken?
Yeah, I have seen them also.
You've seen them, great. Who are they? What are your office, your titles?
Pravina helped me.
District Director, PQD, CG.
Can you expand?
Program Quality Director,
So trio includes a district director, program quality director, and a club growth director. You can go. Want to carry on?
I'll
Stop.
அது சும்மா he has already identified.
What is DCP?
DCP, deputy member.
Program. So any idea what it is? Okay. Amrita, distinguished program.
Actually, I don't know. It's a bunch of criteria for a distinguished program. I'm not aware of all the criteria.
What is the maximum mark?
DCP is like 20
Yes,
members should
yes,
be.
you can get come here and see. Thank you.
So I just know only one point.
Oh, okay.
20 members should be there in a club.
Okay, that is one of the criteria to become distinguished club program. Please, have your seat. It is a way to assess the quality of all the clubs. So we have various criteria and total marks is 10. To be eligible for the distinguished club program, a club should have at least 20 members or a net worth of 3 members. And so we need to have 4 members to complete level 1, 4 members to complete level 2, 2 members to complete level 3. And we need to add so many new members, so many officers to be trained in the OTP. So all these parameters will be put together to form the distinguished club program. And as club members, it is all a collective responsibility to contribute towards Medley reaching the DCP program, DCP points. Yes, these are the things which I want to highlight. These are things which all of us need to know. We need to retake, we need to help our new members also understand these points. And thanks for this opportunity. Wow.
Only one winner.
Only one winner. Yeah.
Alagiri Sami has scored 32 when we had doubling.
Okay.
32,000.
So moving on to the theme, the financial planning, the best time to implement was yesterday. The next best time is today. I hand over the stage to Presiding Officer T.M. Pravda to take this meeting forward.
Thank you, T.M. Modi. That was a wonderful meeting. Did you all enjoy today's meeting?
Yes.
So I have many people to thank for today's meeting. The first goes to the nature for giving such a pleasant environment for us. Next, I would like to thank our VPE who have to change the speakathon into a regular meeting because of various speakers dropouts at the last minute. I would like to thank all the members and the guests for the grit for joining today's meeting. This weather. Thank you so much. Thank you, our area director, for accepting this special event at the last moment to fulfill the last minute dropout. Thank you so much. So I would like to appreciate the first time role player today. TMOD was played by Toastmasters. I would like to appreciate the icebreaker speaker. Please stand up for giving a standing ovation. So before I announce the results for today's meeting, so I have an announcement regarding next week's meeting. You all know next week we have the important meeting. Yes? 800. Milestone 800. I request all of you to make that meeting also a grand success as today. And our milestone chair is here. Do you have any special announcement about any dress code or anything? About milestone meeting, you can share.
Next week, all ladies are requested to come in red and gents blue or red.
Ladies.
Navy blue, no?
All ladies.
Anything in red. Anybody who is not registered, navy blue or red.
Navy blue or red now.
Navy red or red.
Red pant, blue shirt.
So is that okay? The color code? Yes. For ladies and blue. Both red and blue.
Options red and blue.
For everyone, options.
Something like this.
This is the theme color, red or blue. Better navy blue, not you don't use the entire shades of blue, light blue. Better Navy, yeah.
If you have any doubts, send a message to
Get approval, then come. Navy blue shirts preferably for me.
Can't be
Preferably.
Same for ladies.
Red,
Navy red.
red and not
Are you Navy red? Navy blue.
Red or blue for ladies, sir.
Yeah.
So let me announce today's meeting's award. The best role player goes to TMOD Praveen. The best tag role player goes to Accounter Toastmasters Center. Best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Priya. Best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Venkateshan.
Thanks to our AD, Toastmaster Prasanna. My name was missed out. I think she messaged someone and got it added.
Time lagging.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Best speaker goes to Toastmaster Roni.
The day is not sunny, but it's sunny day. Shannu is the name.
With the sound of this gavel, I adjourn meeting number 799. Please join for tea. You have a photo? Yeah, yeah.
Join for games.